All right, so on the left side right here, we see that instance of is an operator like the plus or the minus or the multiplication sign and so on. So if we take a look at the plus sign, it's an operator that takes in two arguments, the left side and the right side, and it gives us an answer. Now, instance of works the same way, but it takes two different types of arguments. On the left, you can have a string, an object, an array, whatever you want. You can even have a literal empty array like that. But on the right side, the argument must be a constructor function. So these can be your constructor function or JavaScript's built-in constructor functions. All right, so empty array is an instance of the array constructor. But how did it get this result? Let's look at this red definition. The instance of operator checks if the prototype of the constructor, which is on the right side, is part of the prototype chain of the left argument. Let's clear that up. So it's checking if the right side, right here, if its prototype, right? So it's checking if array.prototype is anywhere in the prototype chain of this literal array, which it is true, right? Because we know that since the array constructor constructed this literal array, they will have the same prototype. And therefore, the prototype of this constructor is part of this literal array's prototype. So it returns true. Another example that we can do is this instance of, whoops. Is this an instance of the string constructor? No. Why is that? Because this is a literal string, right? So this is before JavaScript wraps the string in its string constructor. So before that, it is not an instance of the string constructor. But if you do this, let's do const str equals new string. Okay, now we can check str instance of string. And now it is true. Okay. Also, we can say, is an empty literal array an instance of the object constructor? And yes, that is true. Why? Because it's going to check this object constructor's prototype, right? It's going to take object and do dot prototype. This gives us the object base. So array literals are connected to the object base, as we know, right? Okay, let's move on.